The House will come to order, and the pledge today will be led by Cole Taru, Glacier Peak Elementary, Thornton, Colorado.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Culler, please call the roll.
Representatives Arndt. Becker J. Becker K. excused. Brown. Buck. Buckner. Carver. Conti. Representative Conti. I don't know where
Representative Conti excused.
Quorum. Court. Danielson. Del Grosso. Dorr.
You have a nice one.
Duran.
Danielson gave me
Esgar.
It's creepy.
Everett.
This one's nice.
Yeah,
I guess
Fields.
I should take it down sometime. But
Sometime. Yeah, anyway.
Foot.
This is the overtime bill.
Garnett. Janal.
Interested in signing?
Hamner.
I would.
All right. You want to co-prime it?
Humphrey.
That's a little much.
You. I will sign it.
Joshi.
That way, when I take it to a couple,
Kagan.
I can say, "See, DLH signed it."
Kaiser. Klingenschmidt. Kraft Tharp. Landgraf. Lawrence. Representative Lawrence. Representative Lawrence.
She's right.
Lawrence.
There.
Lawrence. Lebsock. Lee. Representative Lee. They've seen over there. Lontine. Lundeen. McCann. Melton. Mitch Bush. Moreno. Navarro. Neville. Nordberg.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Pabon.
sorry.
Pedersen. Primavera. Priola. Rankin. Ransom. Rosenthal. Rupe. Ryden. Sane. Salazar. Sias. Singer. Tate. Thurlow. Tyler. Van Winkle. Vigil. Willett. Williams. Wilson. Windholes. Winter. Young. Madam Speaker.
Here. Thank you. With 63 present and 2 excused, a quorum is present. Representative Ransom. Representative Ransom. Representative Ransom.
Sorry.
Please
Madam
proceed.
Speaker, I move that the reading of the Journal of Tuesday, March 24th be dispensed with and be approved as corrected by the chief clerk.
You have heard the motion that the journal be adopted as corrected by the chief clerk. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. Motion passes. Announcements and introductions. Representative Salazar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I just want a clarification of the rules. You don't get fined if there's an elected official that you recognize in the House, and I believe you don't get fined if a school is here. Is that right?
A school, if it's a school group, you also don't get fined. A group of students that you introduce as a whole.
Okay, but not an elected official.
Elected officials are just fine as well as former elected officials. So I think you're on your way to not having a fine, but let's see. That remains to be seen, Representative Salazar.
Members! There, I got your attention. You thought Bob Gardner was back in town. All right, members, we have a most distinguished and probably one of the most promising elected officials in the House of Representatives. Cole Taru, please stand up. He was just elected mayor of Ameritown of Glacier Peak Elementary. He is a constituent and also my legislative aide, Nicole Hanlon's grandson. He is elected because he was elected by the student body of Glacier Peak Elementary.
Representative Salazar, there was a bit of a distraction there, so unless I get a factual report on your announcement and introduction, I'm going to have to let it go for a minute, but I'll ask for some emissaries to let me know. Is it $2? According to the majority leader, the fine is $2, and thank you very much. We will move forward with additional announcements and introductions. I hope it's an announcement. Representative Court.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think Representative Salazar did an excellent imitation. He didn't acknowledge it was an imitation, but we all know it was. Finance Committee, guess what? You're off the hook. We have no bills tomorrow morning. So Finance Committee, are you hearing me? We will not meet tomorrow morning upon adjournment. Thursday, no Finance Committee. Thank you.
Representative Fields.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I have 3 students that are shadowing me today. They're over here to my left. Will you please stand? They are in the ROTC program. They have also testified in committee on several occasions. So please join me in welcoming these 3 fine students from Manual High School.
Are there further announcements and introductions? Seeing none, the next order of business is third reading of bills, final passage. Members, please take your seats for third reading. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1097.
House Bill 1097, Representative McCannell, Senator Newell, concerning fetal alcohol spectrum disorders in connection with recreating the Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorders Commission as Commissioner of the Department of Human Services, continuing the Commission authorizing the preliminary screening of juveniles in the juvenile justice system for possible exposure to fetal alcohol and making an appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of 1097 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1097 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Court. Close the machine. With 36 ayes, 27 noes, and 2 excused, House Bill 1097 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 106.
Senate Bill 106 by Senator Woods, also Representative Arndt, concerning the continuation of the regulatory authority granted under the Barber and Cosmetologist Act in connection with continuing the Cosmetology Advisory Committee and implementing the other recommendations of the Department of Regulatory Agencies as contained in the 2014 Census Report and making an appropriation.
Very good, Mr. Kohler. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 106 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 106 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 35 ayes, 28 noes, and 2 excused, Senate Bill 106 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 58.
Senate Bill 58 by Senator Guzman, also Representative Kagan, concerning statewide policies and procedures for law enforcement agencies that conduct eyewitness identifications.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 58 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 58 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 63 ayes, no noes, and 2 excused, Senate Bill 58 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. The next order of business is. Oh, do we have one more? Okay. Oh, let me see what we've got. Oh. Okay. There we go. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1242.
House Bill 1242 by Representative Danielson, also Senator Aguilar, concerning the right of a medical patient to designate a caregiver to assist the patient with basic tasks following release from a medical facility.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1242 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1242 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 60 ayes, 3 noes, and 2 excused, House Bill 1242 is passed. Co-sponsors.
Hey, Ron, can you look at this screen? Every once in a while, you'll see there's a lot of.
Close the machine. Now, the next order of business is consideration of conference committee reports. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 85.
Senate Bill 85 by Senator Martinez-Umenick, also Representatives Winter and Buck, concerning the expansion of the Colorado Cottage Foods Act in connection with increasing the net revenue a producer can earn under the act.
Representative Winter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move the House adopt the first report on the second conference committee of Senate Bill 85.
Would you like to explain the conference committee report? Representative Winter.
So it has taken us 2 conference committees to figure out for a cottage food industry that we want to define an LLC as being based in Colorado and limited to 2 people or less. And this ensures that we are protecting the integrity that these cottage food home businesses are kept small, but we feel that this bill still helps them grow, it helps them flourish, and hopefully develop into bigger businesses growing outside their home. And we urge an aye vote.
Representative Buck.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And what this does is it increases someone to be able to do a type of farmer's market on, and before they were limited to 5,000, now we're putting it to 10,000. So this is a good amendment, or a good bill. Good bill. Vote yes.
The question is the adoption of the conference committee report on Senate Bill 85. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 60 ayes, 3 noes, and 2 excused, the conference committee report for Senate Bill 85 is adopted. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the repassage of Senate Bill 85 as amended.
The question is the repassage of Senate Bill 85 as amended. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and have the members vote. Close the machine. With 61 ayes, 2 noes, and 2 excused, Senate Bill 85 is adopted as amended. Co-sponsors.
They haven't started yet. They're doing it first.
Close the machine. The next order of business is Senate amendments to House bills. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1164.
House Bill 1164 by Representative Pedersen, also Senator Kerr, concerning the postponement of jury service for a person who is breastfeeding a child.
Representative Pedersen.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House concur with the Senate amendments to House Bill 1164.
Please proceed, Representative Pedersen.
This is just basically they made it easier to prove that you're breastfeeding when you're called for jury service and to get out of it, and I ask for your support.
The question is concurrence with Senate amendments to House Bill 1164. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 63 ayes, no noes, and 2 excused, the motion to concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 1164 is passed. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the repassage of House Bill 1164 as amended.
The motion is for repassage of House Bill 1164 as amended. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 53 ayes, 9 noes, and 2 excused. What? Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't see it all the way down there. Representative Fields, you have a chance to vote on this. I haven't quite. Oh, yes. Okay, so what you have to do now is give us a voice vote on. Yes. Representative Fields votes yes. Okay. So with 54 ayes, 9 noes, and 2 excused, House Bill 1164 is repassed as amended. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. So, members, we've finished our business for today. However, there is a Senate resolution. What we will do is we will proceed with announcements and introductions before perhaps the Senate amendment comes. If not, we will probably deal with that amendment tomorrow. So, announcements and introductions. Representative Foote.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House Finance, today we're hearing a lot of bills at 1:30 in LSBA. I know that's exciting. We're hearing House Bill 1219, House Bill 1228, House Bill 1252, House Bill 1247, House Bill 1043, House Bill 1249, all this afternoon in House Finance. And your reward, members of House Finance, is that we are actually not meeting tomorrow upon adjournment because the bill we had on the calendar is being reset at the sponsor's request. So we'll be doing a lot of work today, no work tomorrow. That's this afternoon at LSB House Finance. Thank you.
Representative Ryden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, we will be having our State Veterans and Military Affairs Committee meeting today, 10 minutes after we adjourn. We'll be hearing House Bill 1237, Senate Bill 60, Senate Bill 61, and House Bill 1057 over in LSBA. See you there.
Representative Vigil.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. Thank you. Agriculture, Livestock, and Natural Resources, we have upon adjournment, about 10 minutes after upon adjournment, we have a presentation from BioGreen in room 107.
Are there further announcements and introductions? Any further announcements and introductions? I believe I have an appointment to committee. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, that's taken care of. So, seeing no further announcements and introductions, we will not take the Senate resolution today unless there's compelling reason to do so. They've just started, which means are hanging around here for quite a while, in my opinion.
They told me that they hadn't introduced it over there, so I sent Debbie over to talking.
Or anybody here we need to introduce?
Well, the mother of this child, who's my constituent, is here, and so I had Denny go over to see if she could just come over here, but they haven't started it, which is the last text I received.
Yeah, we can't wait. They did 30 minutes.
Well, they were supposed to start it at 9.
Well, they did.
Oh, I know
It
that.
just
I'm
started,
saying.
so.
Okay, then we'll probably just do that because state affairs How fast are they working?
They just started it. Yeah.
Might be a while.
Yeah, I think she's ready to recess.
Okay.
The parents are not over here, so
Yeah.
do what you got to do.
Well, why don't you see if you can go get them? We'll do a 5-minute recess.
Okay, I'll go see if I can.
Members, we will have a 5-minute recess. The House will come back to order. We are in announcements and introductions, and Representative Williams, I'm introducing you for a tribute. Could we have your attention, please?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I want to share with you a tribute for today. And you may not be aware, but September, it has been named as Hydrocephalus Awareness Month. And I want to give you a little background on hydrocephalus. It's an abnormal accumulation of cerebral spinal fluid with ventricles to the brain. And it has no cure. And it'll be fatal if it's not treated. The standard treatment involves inserting a shunt into the ventricles and draining the excess fluid into the stomach. Shunts have the highest failure rate of any medical device, and there are serious complications of associated device, and it can occur at any age. And so today I'd like to read to you a tribute, Hydrocephalus Awareness Month, September of 2015. The renewed efforts in raising public awareness through events such as the Colorado Hydrocephalus Walk have been exceptional, resulting in honorary population from the Governor Hickenlooper declaring September 2015 as Hydrocephalus Awareness Month in Colorado. This increased public awareness and governmental support strengthens our commitment to foster new collaborative research into the cause, cure, treatment, and patient advocacy for Colorado families who struggle to cope with hydrocephalus. These efforts are duly recognized and deserve that wholehearted support. This was requested by myself, and I'd like to take a moment to introduce Sharon O'Connor, who's a constituent, and her son Reese, who has hydrocephalus, and they're here with us today. And would you please welcome them to the chamber? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Williams. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move the House stand in recess until later today at 1 p.m.
The motion is for the House to stand in recess until 1 p.m. later today. See no objection. We will be in recess until 1 p.m.